Welcome to the Mind, Body, and Soul recording. For access to all of Joseph's books, audiobooks, affirmation recordings, and spiritual tools, go to ourjourneyoflife.com. And remember, enjoy the journey. Recording 1, Healing of the Body. As you listen to the recording repeatedly, aches and pains will begin to subside as they will disappear throughout the day. Many suffering from illness say that after listening to the recordings for a few days, the illness had subsided until their body had made a complete recovery. Other people have received miraculous healings of major diseases, physical trauma, aches and pain, helping to cope with addictions along with receiving spiritual balance for a healthy mind, body, and soul. Healing of the Mind. Many have found inner peace, tranquility, and happiness while in the presence of the divine masters that works through Joseph. You will find peace, joy, and happiness as you start to release tension, anger, depression, and sadness. You will find clarity. You will make life decisions that are good for you, and you will be able to forgive and let go of all of your fears. Healing of the Soul. Open up spiritually and awaken and unlock your psychic, healing, and channeling abilities. The affirmations will help you have a closer connection with God by feeling God's forgiveness, compassion, and love, making your connection an unforgettable memory. Welcome to the Love and Forgiveness recording. For access to all of Joseph's books, audiobooks, affirmation recordings, and spiritual tools, go to ourjourneyoflife.com. And remember, enjoy the journey. Love, forgiveness, and cutting cords. As you tap into the ultimate energy of love, as you begin to love yourself and others through divine love, receive forgiveness from others as well as yourself as you repeat the self-healing affirmations. Cut the cords that bind you to past relationships, freeing you to pursue new or healthier ones, be it family, friends, or a lover. Most important is that you will feel self-love and heal from heartache that will only open the doors in finding true love. Is there more to life than what we know? Written by world-renowned psychic medium Joseph Labruto III. Through this amazing collection of channeled messages, you will find the answers to the most basic questions asked by humanity. This book is truly a spiritual journey and awakening to find God. Ron Ash, book reviewer, said, "I found this book extremely difficult to put down." To order your copy of Is There More to Life Than What We Know, visit us at ourjourneyoflife.com.
Before we came here tonight to see Joe, we were discussing some different things and saying things about my mom and her best friend, who she just lost a few weeks ago, and our mom. Sorry, we're sisters. And there was a couple of questions that we had, and we didn't even ask. Joe was like right there on it. He talked about my daughter, who was Grammy's girl, and he was amazing. Like, we're still stunned right now about how everything was right on point. And
dead on point. Yeah, Joe mentioned things that we would have known, but nobody else would have known.
And we're fortunate to be here, and thanks to Joe for bringing it out and what we answer the questions that we had.
It brought a lot of peace for me, at least, because I didn't get to say goodbye to him when he passed.
It was 5 years ago. Joseph walked past me and asked who had a daughter that was a lawyer. And I ignored it, completely ignored it. And my daughter said, "Mom, that's you." And he gave me a reading that lasted about 10 minutes that was so spot on, mentioned people that no way he could know. And I know it word for word to this day. I'd do it again anytime. Go by me and ask me about my daughter, the lawyer, and I'll...
The lawyer, yeah, if she comes up. Well, thank you very much.
Coming out here tonight, I was a little, weary, but for Joe to read my daughter so accurately, it was scary, but also it gave me some sense of she's okay with my dad. And for him to read that, for me to forgive who was watching her, that she wanted me to forgive. That was something really big for me because I'm holding a grudge. And for him to tell me that my daughter's telling me to forgive means so much. Tonight made me a believer. And I'm happy I came out.
Hi, my name is Chip O'Neill, and this is my wife, Betty. And we came here for our son, Corey. Never been to any one of these places, open mind. I've had some experiences with my son, but came here with open mind, and
Joseph was amazing.
he hit two things right on the money, and I don't know how he could have known, but I felt strong. And he closed something for me that was been bothering me, and he hit that on the money too, and it kind of cleared me up a little bit, that I know, at least my son knows, or I know my son knows that I cared and I tried, and yeah, it was amazing. I'm still kind of blown away, really. It feels good because I stay in contact, try to, with my son, mentally, physically, heart, whatever you want to say it is. But Joseph hit these couple of things right out of the blue. Yeah, and the feelings for her was right on the money. I did everything with my kid, practice, baseball, prospects for college, all that stuff. And that's where I thought that I failed him. There was something I missed, and he just verified that he knows that I tried, and I'm happy with that. So I'm feeling really good.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to a night of changing lives. Normally it would be a night of love, laughter, and hope, but Kristen is still on vacation. She didn't get the note that she was supposed to be home today. She said, I forgot it was St. Patrick's Day, Joseph, and I'm going to stay another day with my family in Pensacola and come home tomorrow. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and do the show anyway. I'll just change the little concept on it. I always wanted to do Joseph Changing Lives, and I always been advertising that I will come up here and I will talk a little bit and do readings and things on my own solo. Believe it or not, this is the first time I'm doing anything solo. I normally have a co-host with me all the time. So I just realized that today. I'm using a background here. If I'm start to freeze up, I may have to pause and take this background out. I'm using my green screen. So I just saw me pause for a second just now. And I'm going to bring everybody up in the room here too. I see where the room is starting to fill up. And I just want everybody to come join me and say hello. And if you haven't met me before, you kind of share that as well. If I read for you before as well, just to get to know everybody in the waiting room here. So those of you who have their screens up and their video up already, give me a thumbs up, and I'm going to bring you up to the room just to say hello to everybody. I'm going to start with Denise and Maggie, and I have Tina. Daniela, I don't have a picture for you yet, but I'm going to add you to the stream here. Let me bring everybody up here.
Denise.
Hi, and one more. And I'm going to bring Daniela anyway, just in case she comes back on. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Denise is on
Okay.
there.
You're on there, right?
No, not to talk.
Okay.
Not.
Have any of you ever had a reading with me before or met me before? By a show of hands. First time?
I have.
First time for every. You have, Tina. Ah, so
Yes.
where did we meet, Tina?
Well, I don't.
West Palm Beach.
I'm on mute.
In West Palm Beach? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody, I can hear everybody. So Maggie, I can hear you too. So,
Oops.
and what, you came to one of my West Palm Beach shows?
Yeah, one you did it on on Okeechobee Boulevard.
Okay. Oh, that was a while ago. That was at Sarah Spiritual?
Yes, that was years
Oh
ago.
my, yeah, that was very, very long time ago. I remember doing it. Did anybody come through for you then, or?
Not for
I think
me,
she
but
had
my daughter was with me. So you read my daughter.
Oh, wonderful. I know she had a few people there. The whole store was filled, as I recall, on the time. Well, welcome back. And Denise, Maggie, this is your first time meeting me then too, as well. Okay. Well, I want to welcome you for being here and participating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you back into the waiting room. I'm going to talk just a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring you back on. And I'm going to explain a bit how I do readings and everything on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of put you down here, each one of you, real quick. And there we go. I think it's faster if I do it. All right, I'm back. And if I start freezing up, I may have to pause, go to commercial real quick so I can change my back screen. I'm just trying out the festive. Today is St. Patrick's Day, so I want to see how everything worked out over here. For those of you who are meeting me for the first time or who's watching me for the first time, I am Joseph. I am a psychic medium. I'm here in South Florida. And I had this gift all my life. Since a child, I saw spirits. I didn't know any difference. I thought they were real people when they used to come to me. And I remember when my grandmother passed away, I think I was about age 9, 10 years old. And attending her funeral and seeing her laid out in the coffin and my father explaining death to me. But days later, as I was going into my bedroom, she was in my bedroom, sitting on my bed, just how I could see her clear as day, smiling at me. And it scared me. I can remember her saying, "Joey, I just want to say goodbye and I love you," as I was screaming, running out of the bedroom. But it shut me down and I stopped seeing until later on in life. I think I was in my mid-20s and I had a cousin, same name as me. It's an Italian thing. Name everybody after your grandparents and your parents. So my cousin, Joe Labruto, passed away. He was 34 years of age. He died of a heart attack very young, left a wife and 2 small children. And I attended his funeral. And as I was driving home, sitting at a red light, thinking about him, all of a sudden I heard his voice and I turned to the passenger side and there he was sitting next to me smiling. He said he wanted to talk to his wife and I thought I was going crazy. If I was driving, I would have hit a row of cars. I know that. Well, finally I had enough courage to go to Mary Lou, his wife, to tell him what was going on. And she verified everything that I told her. It was 100%. So my cousin Joey is the one who opened up heaven's doors for me. And this is probably late 80s when this all happened. And I started opening up, people coming in and out of my life, with spirits, that is, to read people. And I decided 2010 to go full time and to do this work. And the work of a medium is all about healing. It's not just entertainment. It's really a healing aspect to it. You're not just healing the ones that are on the other side. You're healing yourself here, the ones that are hurting, the ones that are grieving, because sometimes we're left without closure, and we need this closure to move on, and it's very important for that. I'm going to reflect back on a reading that I had just a couple hours ago in my office, and it was a wife who lost her husband, and when I was bringing the husband in, I felt all this anger coming through. And I asked her, I said, before his passing, were you fighting? Were you arguing? And she said, no, we weren't fighting or arguing. I said, wow, okay. I just felt some anger there. And then I went on and I said, he said it was very quick and his death was. And I said, he wants to say he's sorry. Did he hurt himself? And she looked at me and shaking her head. I said, he committed suicide, didn't he? And he says, well, it was a little more than suicide. And then she said that it was it was like a double murder. He tried to kill her and then kill himself, but she got out the door. And I went, remember how I said that he was angry and that I asked you if you were arguing or fighting. I said, this is how he came to me at the very beginning. Like you had this big fight at the very beginning before his death. So this is how he was showing me. Now, one thing about suicides is that we have this, it's written everywhere that all suicides go to hell. And I don't believe that, because I get in touch with them so quick. It's like this person that I read today, husband came through, and I didn't feel like he was in a bad place. I felt like he was surrounded by love. There was those of them healing him and helping him heal on the other side. He said things to his wife that his wife needed to hear. Here he almost took his wife's life. He shot at her as she ran out the door, trying to kill her, but then turned the gun on himself. And he, after passing away, reflecting back on how he was, he apologized for trying to do that to her and for hurting her that way. So she needed to hear that from him. And he did a lot of other bad things too, which I'm not going to really go into, but I brought up all the other bad things that like affairs, cashing out all the credit cards and all that money, all that started coming out in the reading with her. And she was just crying. And I was sharing this from her husband, how he said he was very sorry for all this. So this was just this afternoon, this reading. So I don't know how she's going to have to process all this, and hopefully she can get the healing that she needs. But this is what mediums do. And we're here to heal. We're here mostly to heal the ones that are here on this earth, so you can have closure. So you can move on with your life, because this is what our loved ones would want us to do, is move on with our life. They don't want us to sit and be in pain or hurt or put our life on pause. When I say that they see through our eyes, they do. They see everything that's happening, especially spouses maybe see through their wives, may see their grandchildren, may see their kids through their wives' eyes of what's going on. When I do these readings, they always come up about different things that are happening in their lives now. So I always do a timeline when I do my big readings. I say, okay, I see this happening. And it's a timeline that the person would say, yeah, I was just doing this last night. I was looking at those pictures of this certain pictures. I said, okay, that is a timeline where he was with you. So he was with you last night. Like the reading I did this afternoon with the person, first thing I said, I see a pyramid. I don't know if it's Egyptian, but I'm drawing a pyramid on a piece of paper here. Have you ever been to Egypt or anything like that? And the first thing she said is that, no, that pyramid stands for Memphis, Tennessee. And there's a pyramid in the city of Memphis. And Memphis is named after one of the cities in Egypt is named after Memphis. Memphis is named after too. But this is how signs come to me. And that's how the reading started, with the pyramid, thinking it was Egypt, but it was Memphis, Tennessee, where they actually have a pyramid there in the middle of the city, which is like an auditorium and everything. Now, for those of you who are commenting in the thing, I will try to, I'll see if I can get to your readings too and all that, but I'm going to put Jeffrey up here. Welcome, Joseph, to the first solo show. How do you get a reading, Jeffrey? Go to the link text on the top. There's a link right there above the show. Click on it and you can come on the show. If you're not already over there, the room is filling up pretty fast here. I'm going to do a drawing. This is how it's going to work. For those of you who are in the waiting room's almost filled. We only can get 10 people, minus me, 9 people in the waiting room. In all fairness, I do a lottery, and I'm going to pick a number. I have these little pegs here with numbers on them, and the first one's number 2. I'm going to pick the second one. So Maggie, you're number 2, Maggie Ehrman. So I'm going to get you ready. You're going to come up first, but I want to explain how this works. No matter where you call in, it doesn't matter if you just called in or you called in at the very beginning. I'm going to pick out these little chips, and this is how you're going to come on. When I pick your number, if you want to, I'm a little unique than most mediums. I try to go directly and get the ones you want to hear from. I have what's called a direct dial. It's like a direct telephone to your loved ones. So what I need from you is a relationship, like mom, dad, brother, sister. I don't want any names. I don't want any descriptions of anybody. Just their relationship. Mom, dad, brother, sister, son, daughter, grandparents, fiance, husband, wife. That's all I need. And by getting that description or just the relationship, I'll be able to connect with that loved one most of the time on that. So that's how we're going to do it tonight. So I want everyone in the waiting room who wants to go? I got people waving at me. Okay. So whoever's in the waiting room right there, I want you to focus on your loved ones. I want you to invite them in. Tell them it's very important that they're here tonight in this room. See them. I have them crossing a bridge. I call it the loving bridge to have it. Have them crossing to this bridge and invite them in. Now, I'm also a psychic, not just well as a medium. I do life path readings all the time, or life path directions. So best way to describe, normally when I do the show with Kristen, I normally have Kristen do the more of the psychic readings, and I stick to the loved ones because we do a balance. But since I'm here by myself, I will do psychic readings here. And how I do the psychic readings is I'm like a magic 8-ball. I'm a human magic 8-ball. So ask your question in as specific as you can, and my guides will come and help you with that. Okay. All right. So I picked number 2. It's Margie. So I'm going to bring Margie up into the room back again here to the street. Hi, Margie. Welcome.
Thank you, Joseph. I didn't expect to be participating. I thought I was going to just be a spectator. So
well, you're in the room. That's
I'm
what
here.
happens. Will you want to be a spectator, or would you like to participate?
No, I like to participate.
Okay. All right. So how did you hear about me, by the way?
Oh, my cousin, who I'm sure you know, Mary Ellen, told me about you. And I'm kind of surprised she's not in here today, or not yet anyway. But
is it Mary Ellen Collins or
Mary Ellen Niamatka?
Mary Matka. Okay. There's a few Mary Ellens I know. Mm-hmm. So okay, I do know I do know that Mary Ellen too. But I have a dear personal friend who's Mary Ellen, who is the author, not the author, who is the editor of my books and everything. So that's what I thought. Now, if do you want to connect with a loved one, or
I do. I would like to connect with my brother.
Okay. I just want you to focus on your brother. See him in his mind, invite them in this room. Tell him it's very important that you wanted to hear from him. Sometimes when I have names, it could be a person who's alive, not necessarily deceased. But what I'm feeling is that's a person. I feel a person that's outgoing, and that's what I have to say. And his life came to an end abruptly, he says, and it was unexpected. And he says it shouldn't have happened the way it happened, and he regrets that too. And I don't know if it was the heart or the lungs area, but my heart is just kind of stopped. Was this how it happened, Maggie? Was it his heart?
Well, he died of a drug overdose, and so
it probably caused his heart to stop. Yes. All right. So this is probably what I was saying before about it, that it happened abruptly, and right. And he probably could have had a longer life, and the things that he did is probably what caused everything. And maybe it's just a way of him apologizing for the lifestyle, but he doesn't want to apologize because he's not going to change for who he is. He said, that's who I am, and that's what I'm going to do. But he's just saying that that's what caused everything. Mm-hmm. He wants to let you know that he made his peace and everything is good. And when I say made on peace, I'm seeing the sign of the peace for some reason, like a peace sign. Does that mean anything for you?
Well, I mean, he was raised Catholic, so you gave the peace sign a lot.
The sign of the peace. Okay, good. All right. Yep, I'm freezing up again. I know it's going to happen. I wanted to keep my little leprechaun stuff in the 4-leaf clover up there. I don't think I can do that for long. I'm going to just have to pop it off. I'm going to finish your reading, and I'm just going to do a quick commercial to pop out this green screen. So okay. I just want to finish with you. Your brother just wants to say how much he loves you, how much he misses you. He says, I'm sorry for the lifestyle. I'm sorry that I overdid it. You always knew he used to get in trouble too, back in the day. And he always been, I want to say, a wild child, or he always got into trouble. And he just caught up to him. He says that this just caught up to me. And what I'm hearing is that he just wants to say that he loves you very much. He watches everybody and watches all of you. And that's very important. Were you just looking at his picture the other day, or were you cleaning in a picture and you just knocked his picture over, or his picture came up unexpectedly?
I have a picture of him in my house, so I do see it every now and then, but not really unexpectedly.
Okay.
I've just been thinking about him a lot.
All right. Well, I'm seeing a picture that he's showing me as well, and he just wants to bring that up on the pictures. And okay, here we go. He's bringing his child house. Anybody in the New Jersey, New York area as well, or New England, New York, New Jersey. I got the new. It could be somebody else in the room here waiting then, or a Richard or is there a Richard, Robert, or an R for you as well?
No.
Okay. Whoever's in the waiting room, if you can, of anything that I just said, something about New England and Richard, Robert, or our name, just in the private chat, go ahead and say that's me, and I would bring you up real quick on that too, on there. But thank you, Margie, for letting me connect with your brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
On there. Oh, who's Michael or Mark, by the way, before I go?
I have a cousin named Mark. I don't really have any close friends or family members.
Is Mark still alive?
Yes.
Okay. Was he friends with your brother?
Well, they were cousins. I don't think Mark is probably associated with me. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Maybe that's somebody else in the room, and I'll see where I go on there. Now, if you had a question to ask me, do you have a life path question? What would your question be?
Let's see. I wasn't planning on saying anything, so I haven't thought of anything to ask you. I'm in Texas right now, and I'm going to be moving, I think, to Florida in a year or two. I guess I would ask if it's a good move to go to Florida.
A parallel move. I feel there's not going to be so much big change for you from Texas to Florida. I feel everything is going to be good.
Good. So, glad to hear that.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
And you take care.
I will. Thank you.
If you message me on my Facebook page, I will gift you a free ebook of my Speaking to Heaven book that I wrote. And I just wanted to gift you that too. But you have to message me on my message in Facebook.
I will do that.
With the email address. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
You.
All right. Okay. All right. The room is getting filled. Once the room gets filled up to its max, I'm going to have to bump off those who had a reading before, meaning that to make room for others on here. But I think we only have like one spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Oh, the room's filled. Okay, so whoever's calling in, if you get a busy signal and you can't get in, it's because the room is filled. And once someone else gets off after a reading, the room will open up. And for those of you who are listening to the show who got a reading, you can still continue listening on Facebook and YouTube as well. But I have somebody who's an R name like Robert or Richard that I'm feeling that's very, very, and it's one of the news, either New York, New Jersey, I want to go. And if anybody in the chat room can relate to that name or anything, just in the private chat, just say hello or it's me. And there's a private chat to the right of you if you look on your thing, and then I will pull you up. But this person is really in my ear, and I need to get this person out of my head, so to say. Or it could be somebody in the comments area as well. Marisol wants to know, how can I get connected? Marisol, look at the text all on the top of the information of the show description. There's a link. You click on the link, and you can come on the show. There might be one more spot open for you if you come on. So, okay. Hello, my dad was Richard. Pennsylvania's close. That's fine. It's in that area. So I'm gonna bring Jill on here because he's just. Is Jill here? Oh, there she is. Jill, I don't see a picture of you. Are you there? There we go.
I'm here.
Hi, Jill. How are you? Okay, I have Richard talking.
How are you?
I am doing good. It's wonderful to see you. By the way,
it's wonderful to see you. I'm up here in Ocala. We're going to have my mom's estate sale tomorrow. So I'm here with my sister Marlene.
And who is Kristen? And who is Richard? I'm sorry. Yep, you're freezing up.
Hi, Joseph. My stepfather.
It's your stepfather.
Oh, no.
Is this married to your mom's estate sale?
There's a 3 minute delay.
Is your stepfather, is this the one who was married to your mother, right? And you're doing the estate sale for your mother?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, is Richard alive or passed?
Passed.
Can you hear me, or he's passed? Okay. All right. One thing I'm hearing, though, is okay about your mother. What I'm hearing is thank you for taking care of me, and thank you for taking care of things. This ended up being a hospice situation, Jill, with her. I have her in a hospital or hospice situation. Mm-hmm. And I felt like there was family members coming together that had to be there, that there was only a short amount of time that she was here. And this is what she's bringing up.
Yeah.
Your mom saying that Richard passed before her, meaning that Richard came for her when she was passing on there.
Yeah.
How long ago did Richard pass? Was it a while ago that he passed? And your mom just passed recently, a few months ago, maybe a few weeks ago. Well, what about your mother? How long was that? About a few months ago?
December.
Few months ago, December.
December.
So Richard came for came for your mother, and that's very important that I have to say about who came for your mother. And everything is going beautiful. She said that do what you have to do with the house, sell what you have to sell. Things may be worth more money than you think it is. So please get things appraised too, because there's some stuff that are very old, she said, and it may be worth more than you think it's worth. So she's saying, please get it appraised. It's very important too. The statues, the figurines, I'm seeing too. What are they? Himmels, or what type of figurines are they that she has?
Lennox and just Micasa's, just old stuff.
Okay.
Old.
She says they're valuable. She says they may be valuable. She said they may be valuable. So try not to garage sale it or yard sale it. And that's what she's telling me.
We haven't been. We've been looking up eBay and everything else.
Did you go through? Did you go through her?
I'm worried about selling.
You worried about selling what?
Her what?
The house.
You're breaking
the house
up.
was willed to me, but I can't keep the house because I've got a house up here already and I need to sell it. But I'm having a lot of emotions about selling it.
I'm backtracking. What she said earlier when we first started the reading is okay to sell everything, she's saying, and make sure you get everything that's worth everything. So that's pretty much her giving you her blessing about selling the house, selling her stuff. She wants everybody to be comfortable. She wants everybody to have everything that she needs. And it's very important, she says. Oh. So yes, sell the house. It's very important for you to do that. And she just wants everybody happy and everybody to live comfortably. And that's important. Don't worry about the repairs too.
Good.
Just sell it as is. I feel like there's a lot of repairs that have to be done.
I'm doing it.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Wow.
I was so worried.
And I did see a spirit today.
All right. Oh. It's probably her just overlooking everything. Making sure that everything is, so just keep what you have to keep. She says, make sure when you sell the house to make sure to get everything out of the house. It's very important too. Okay.
We will.
We will.
All right.
She will.
Well, I want to thank you.
One more question.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. What's your question?
Spirit today.
Okay.
Okay, I saw a spirit today going into my dad's carport.
It was a boy.
And there was a boy about my nephew's age, about 14, blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think that was Jeff or my dad?
Did your nephew pass away? Is that what you're saying?
No.
My husband,
Okay.
her brother-in-law.
Her brother-in-law. If it's a young child,
blonde hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's somebody of age 14, if somebody that you can relate to, like a brother or something at that age, it could be showing themselves like that, or it could be just a random person just hanging out too as well. I don't feel it was somebody who's a family member though on there. It's just got kind of just an open-end spirit coming through, and that's what I feel. Something about the rug. I'm hearing about the rug. What are you doing with the rug? Is there an antique rug or an area rug or anything like that?
No rug.
No.
Rug.
No rugs. Okay. Something about a rug. All right. Okay. I'm going to let it be then. So, all right. I thank you for coming on. And being here.
Thank you,
Joseph. Thank you, Joseph.
Okay. I'm gonna if you could just bump yourself off and listen through Facebook. Everybody's trying to call in and the room is completely filled tonight. So if you could do that, that would be wonderful.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. All right. There's my frozen face here. Sorry about that. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to play a quick commercial, and I'm going to change this background so I'm not freezing up anymore. So bear with me, and I'm just going to play something really short here. Even my computer's freezing up.
The Promise, an audiobook authored and narrated by Joseph Labruto III. This audio adventure has been described by critics as the motion picture score of the study of Jesus, packed with powerful insight shining the light on an intriguing blend of Judaism, Christianity, and New Age philosophy. The Promise is a must-listen for those on the spiritual path to enlightenment, so get your copy today at ourjourneyoflife.com. Experience the power and healing of sacred geometry. Joseph Labruto III has put this divine information into affirmation cards. Each card and symbol has been invoked with the divine energy of our Creator, archangels, and ascended masters. Each card is given an affirmation beginning with the words, I am, meaning the strength of God. Receive protection, heal trauma, and manifest all of your desires with the help of these cards. To get your set, go to ourjourneyoflife.com today.
Okay, there we go. So much for the shamrocks and stuff. I try to be festive, but I was freezing up. So we're going to stick with the angels and everything. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pick out another name over here. For those of you who are just joining us in the room, I do a lottery. So it doesn't matter when you came into the room. I'm just going to pick numbers. So if you just joined us, you could still be in front of the line. For those of you who are listening online and you want to join us, there's one spot open here. And look in the text where I have the description of everything. There's a link that you can click on. You can come on to Streamline as well. You can leave your comments too. I will do some readings through the comment session if I'm able to read there, if I'm able to get anyone through for you. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead up. Now we're all filled. Leslie just took the last spot. So we have a full room tonight. So that's great. It's been a while since we had a full room. Okay. I got number 1. So the first person here is Denise. And the number 1, I'm going to bring her up here now next. Hi, Denise. Welcome. You have to unmute yourself.
Yep.
There you go. Gotcha.
How are you?
Good. And we brought you up at the beginning of the show when we only had like 5 people on, and now we got 10 on. And you said that this is the first time you're here?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That
all
was
right.
my
So
sister Margie that you read.
That was your sister. How about that? And, we've been having family affairs lately when family's been popping on and stuff. And if I knew that was your sister, I would have brought you on too as well.
Oh, that's okay.
So for those of you who are in the waiting room, if you have family in the waiting room with you, let me know and I'll pop all of you on for a family group reading. So, on there. So, but you probably didn't know she was on though, because you can't see who's there unless she told you.
Oh, I saw her when she first came on.
Okay, good. How'd you hear about the show tonight?
From Mary Caro. From Mary Caro.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
Cousins.
So how can I help? How can I help you today?
I just wondered if my husband is out there in the cosmos anywhere.
I'm sure that he is. I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Focus on him. See his face. Tell him it's very important that he's here. Invite him in. All right, good. All right, you can open your eyes now. Did he have a very good sense of humor? Very outgoing, by the way.
Excellent.
And
well,
I just feel like
he was kind of shy, but around the people that was his group, he was very funny.
With you, he was funny. He had this quirky sense of humor. You know, sometimes like dad jokes, sense of humor type thing. What I'm hearing is that, you know, heaven is not heaven without you. I felt like there was just a soul. When we talk soulmates, he was traditionally, you two had the same soul path. I just see the love between the two of you were just so strong, and you were there every step of the way. Did he ever complain of headaches or anything? By the way, Denise.
Yeah,
on them. Okay. Anything to do with his head or aneurysm or stroke on there? Because this is how he's telling me how he passed.
He had cancer of the head and neck.
Okay. This is what and it was on the left side?
No, actually, I think it was the right side.
Okay. But he's showing me it was like, you know, it was like here and right down the neck. And he's showing me where his pain was. All right. So he's pretty much telling me how he passed away. He's telling me about the pain and how he had it. But he was very optimistic, though, on things. And the doctor said that the place that he had, especially on the brain, it was very hard. It was like inoperable type thing. And he said I was like a ticking time bomb. And you just didn't know. So he tried to live his life to the fullest, like every day was his last day here. And he just wants to let you know that the time that we put together and everything was just beautiful. And he says, I wish I could have took you around the world like we talked about and go to all these places. But he said, I got too sick and it was just very hard for me to go out. It was very hard for me to do this. It was just his headaches got too bad at times and he just wanted to rest. He says that you were so kind to him. He even used to rub his head like this, he says, on here when he used to lay. He used to give soft kisses. He used to kiss him when he was sleeping deeply, and he just wants to let you know that he knew you were kissing him as well. Because sleeping was the best thing for him because he didn't feel the pain when he slept. He took these pain meds that kind of knocked him out, he said. But when he was knocked out, you always would walk by to him, or when you go wake him up, you wake him up softly by rubbing his head and giving them little kisses all over the face, he said, to wake him up for dinner or for anything. Those are the special moments. Those are the beautiful moments, he's saying. And he says those moments are always precious. And he wants you to remember always. I'm looking at a picture of him in a suit. I don't know if it's a wedding. It's a wedding picture, but not your wedding. Did you have children get married or something like that on there?
No. My daughter is engaged.
Okay, so he wants to know. He wants to talk about the engagement, about her getting. Did they set a wedding date or anything like that?
Yes, this coming October.
Okay, so this is what he's showing. He's talking about a marriage, okay, and one of the children. So if your daughter just got engaged, he wants to let you know that he's happy, and he knows. Was it not too long ago of his passing, though? 3 years, maybe.
2012.
Okay, so your daughter was much younger then. So your daughter she never really met the husband to be then. So
no.
I think what your husband wants to do is give the blessing to him. And it's very important.
He would have loved it.
And you could tell your daughter that dad approves and dad gives her blessings to her. as well. It's going to be a beautiful wedding, and there's going to be a place out for him. Your daughter's planning on putting his picture out. It's a picture of him in a suit, I see, for some reason. And that's the picture I saw. Especially about weddings and stuff. Were you looking at the wedding picture of you two as well?
Often.
Okay. Did you get married in the late 80s or something, or 90s? It's a wedding dress that, yeah, with him.
84.
84s, yeah, in the 80s. It's the wedding dresses of the 80s you're wearing.
Well, it wasn't as gaudy as the. It was very subtle. It wasn't.
Okay. All right. So I think what they're trying to do is just give me a time frame. He told me you got married in the 80s, and this is what he's showing me, and everything. So I get weird stuff, but I have geese or goose or anything, or swans, anything with swans, geese or goose or anything like that can bring up a memory. Did you ever been in the tunnel of love? Maybe when you were dating or something, like a ride that goes in with the swans on the side. It's just, okay. It's just so vivid right here. Anything named with a goose or a swan name or anything like that, a street or anything like that, maybe? Goose, swans, geese.
Comes to mind.
Okay. Goose or a lake with swans or geese or anything. Nothing? All right, that's all right. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come. I could be reading somebody else in the room. And if anybody can relate to goose, geese, or swans, that is very specific. I'm hearing a bunch of geese behind me on here. And that's what I have to bring up. But Denise, your husband wants to say how much she loves you. He says you're doing a beautiful job raising the children on your own like you did. And I will be there for that wedding, and it's going to be beautiful. Okay?
Okay. His brother just passed away a few days ago.
Okay. I'm sure that he's there for him and meeting him as well. Normally, if it's just recently, it's just a transition stage.
Yeah.
Did the brother hunt at all?
No.
Okay, nothing with geese or anything with it, huh?
Fished.
He fished. Something about geese, swans, and stuff. I don't know. I keep getting it. Okay. If you ever get it, if you ever find out, or if something sounds true to you, just let me know. Sometimes it may hit a little later on there. So on that. Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on.
Do you ever or maybe Kristen do any kind of medical readings?
I'm a healer. I do healing if I know what's going on, but I'm not a medical intuitive. So, and that's why. So if you're looking for, like, if something's wrong and doctors can't determine what's wrong,
Right.
yeah, Kristen and I, we don't do any of that. But
Okay.
if you know something's happening, then yeah, I have healed. My guides have healed people, and I'm a
Yeah,
healer.
I didn't know if he might have said something. I don't know what they know over on the other side. I've been having a
Yeah.
lot of issues that's just a mystery, and
And the
doing a
doctors
lot
are
of
baffled.
tests. And so I just thought
Yeah.
maybe
A lot of time with the healing. Where do you live? Do you live in
Virginia.
Florida or? Ah,
Virginia.
okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, a lot of times in the healing, my guides will address it, and the pain or whatever symptoms will go away automatically without even knowing what it is. So, but yeah, that I can't help you in that department.
Okay, well, I that's not a problem. I really appreciate you taking the time to give me the reading.
Okay.
I'm sure Mary will
Okay.
be in later.
Okay. Good. All right.
Thank you
All right.
so much.
I thank you for coming on.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Okay. For those of you who are in the streams, if you're able to private chat me, that means you're in the waiting room. The back room is where I could see everybody. There's like 10 of you sitting back there right now waiting for a reading. So Diane, well, I don't see her anymore. There he is, Diane. I see you. Yes, Diane, I see you. You're in the waiting room, and you're going to be in the lottery system. where I'm going to be picking. So long as you're in that waiting room, stay in there because it's full. People are trying to come in. Now, people who are listening online, I'm getting messages that they can't get in. The reason why you can't get in is because the room is filled. We only can get 10 people at a time. I'm number 10, so only 9 people after me at a time in the room. So the room is completely filled right now. But once you're done with your reading, if you can please just log off and continue listening online, that would be beautiful on that. So, but I have a lot of people in here in the waiting room right now. So I'm going to pop everybody back on again just to say hello. So I can sometimes I can just get the energy. Brandy, no, you're not in the waiting room yet. When you're in the waiting room, you'll be able to see this on your screen. So I don't see you. There's still some openings though on here. And let's see. I'm going to pop everybody up here again, just to say hello. We got some new faces here. And here we go. Let me make sure I got everybody up here. And there we go. The room is filled. Okay. People are trying to call in now. Brandy, if you're trying to come in, the room is filled now. We just got the last person in. And here's the full screen here. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I want to welcome everybody. For those of you who want to listen to get a loved one or anybody through, think of your loved ones, invite them in, and it's very important to do that. All right, I just wanted to bring everybody on the screen just to kind of wave at everybody, say hello. If I can center myself, there we go. And, okay.
My phone's
All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pop everybody off again. So thank you for being here. Someone is crackling in there. We'll figure it out. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pick out somebody else here and see who I can get here. I'm just going to do this. I'm so used to having Kristen here because she would just fill up the space now and talk, and I could do all the manual stuff. But this is fun. So this is called Joseph's Changing Lives. I am going to be doing this quite frequently, where I'm just going to pop in for an hour, and I'm going to do free readings like this. And no set time. The only reason I'm doing this at 8 o'clock today is because Kristen is on vacation. So I decided to do this show by myself instead of not doing a show. But normally we're doing a night of love, laughter, and healing tonight. So I decided to do my Changing Lives show and all that. So on here. Okay, so I have the number 3 person here. And I'm going to pull up Diane. So give me a thumbs up, Diane, when you're ready to come up. When I see her hands, I see her shaking her head. Yes, there she goes. I'm bringing you up to the room. Hi, Diana. Or Diane. Hi. There we go, with an E. Diane with an E.
Yes.
How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Is this the first time on, or have you been on before?
This is my first time.
Welcome. Where are you logging in from?
Facebook.
I know, but what state are you from, I should say?
Oh, I'm sorry, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Welcome to Florida here.
Thank you.
So how did you hear about the show tonight?
My daughter actually had readings done by you previously. And then I found when I searched your name, Facebook, and then I friend requested you.
Okay, wonderful. What can I do for you tonight, Diane?
I want to know if there's anybody out there that has any messages for me. I've suffered a lot of loss over the past.
As a direct dial, I'm able to communicate with those you want to hear from. I like to go direct to the source. Without giving me names, who would you like to hear from today?
My mother or father.
Okay. Close your eyes. See them. Ask them to be here. It's important that they speak to me. And it's important that they come through to you as well. Wow. I felt like one of them had to wait for another to come to heaven to meet each other. And one waited patiently for the other. Did your father pass first, by the way?
My mother passed first.
Okay. Did your father wait patiently to meet your mother?
Well, they were both sick with COVID, and my dad never knew my mom died. They were both in the hospital together.
All right. So waiting patiently, and they met in heaven. So what that tells me, that if they both were sick of COVID and they didn't know each other was in the hospital, they saw each other in heaven, and that's how they knew. So after their passing, they got together and they got to see each other. I'm seeing them in their youth. Did they meet very young, by the way?
Yes.
I'm seeing them probably 19, 20 years of age.
Yes.
And the Poconos, by the way, the mountainous area, anything with the mountainous areas with them, or honeymoon or anything, it's a rural mountainous area.
Not that I
Anybody
recall.
Anybody from Philly?
No.
Okay. All right. I got an upstate Pennsylvania, or anything like that. Is this where your parents are from?
Western Pennsylvania.
Western Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is there mountains in Western Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Okay. So they're showing me where they're from. I'm seeing Pennsylvania. I'm seeing the mountains. I don't know the state well. I'm just calling it the Poconos. If the Poconos is not there, that's fine. So they said, just talk about the mountains, talk about Pennsylvania, and talk about the beauty of everything. Close to Ohio, by the way, on
Yes.
there?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm seeing the Ohio River close to there. And I don't know if the Ohio River comes close to that Pennsylvania area.
Yes.
But this is what they're showing me. Birds are very important as everything, too. And I'm seeing birds coming in. They just passed away not too long ago. Their transitions just... Let me just say their transition was just very early in this life. And your father being worried about your mother at times, but being together. I just felt like, who had Alzheimer's, though?
Neither one of
there.
them. Neither
Okay.
one.
None of them had memory problems or anything like that?
No, my dad was 90 and he was sharp as a tack.
Okay. All right. Who is Joe or John or the J?
My father had an Uncle John.
How was his memory?
I think he never had any diagnosis of Alzheimer's. He was also sharp.
Okay, I have an Uncle John here, and this is your father's uncle, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Was he very close to your father, by the way?
Yes, he was.
Okay, so I need to reference Uncle John. Maybe Uncle John, I felt Uncle John was the one who probably guided both of them. And just to, like your father smiling at Uncle John when he's passing, just to let everything is known. Then your mother coming up on with him. Is there a picture? Well, it's probably a black and white picture, but it could have been a red dress of your mother's or anything like that. A young picture of her, or red lipstick on there too. Is there a black and white picture painted to be colored with red lipstick that I'm seeing?
Not that I recall.
All right. I'm just seeing her in her 20s right now. I see a uniform. Who served in the military, by the way?
My mother's uncle did.
Okay. All right. So when I see the military, then it seems like I'm connecting to uncles now on there. And who is Mark or Michael, by the way?
I have a first cousin, Mark.
Is he passed or alive?
He's alive.
Okay. Related to any of the uncles?
No.
All right. I'm just going to let that go for now. Let me just say that COVID, I'm sorry about the loss in COVID and having lost both parents to that. I have a mom suffering in the hospital now, or a nursing home from COVID too, and she just can't walk anymore because of it. Just wiped her out. And she's been in there since January.
Wow, I'm sorry.
I know how it affects our family, but they're showing me how they are when they were very young, and they're like in their early 20s, and this is how they are in heaven. And I'm hearing like Frank Sinatra and different music in the background that they're showing me. Western Pennsylvania, where the mountains are, and I could see the hills and the mountains and stuff like that on where everything is. And they just want to send their love, and they say hello. Okay?
Anything for my son.
What do you want from them, from your parents on their son, or just what do you want to know for your son?
I want to know if my son has any messages for me. He passed.
Your son has passed too. Okay. All right. And nobody with a J or M name that has not to do with your son or anything like that, then?
No, my mother's name was Marcy.
Okay, so that's the M I was looking for Marcy and all that. Does your son have to apologize in any way about his passing or anything like that?
I would
just have to say, he's saying, Mom, I just have to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not following through with the program and doing what I was supposed to do. If I would have stuck with the program, things would have been okay with me. But I fell off the wagon, and it's my fault, Mom, what happened. I love you with all my heart. Thank you for being my rock and my support and trying to help me get through the difficult times, the withdrawals that I was having and the nightmares, so to say, that you helped me through the worst of times. I'm okay here. I'm loved. I feel your father and mother are with him. And that's what I feel. I mentioned the birds earlier. Anything with the birds with your son that you say? Did I mention birds?
Not with my son, but my mother and father loved to watch birds in the window. They had a bird feeder close by.
Then I have your son sitting with your mom and dad watching the birds. And that's what they're doing right now. But your son wants to say thank you, Mom, for being the mom you are today. Thank you for all the help and love and support to get me through the difficult times. I take it he suffered with addictions and things because that's where he was suffering. Yes. And you were his rock, and you helped him tremendously. And he wants to say thank you. All right.
I tried.
All right. I want you to message me on my private message. I want to send you my book, Speaking of Heaven, on there. And there's some stories there, and I feel it's going to help you with the grieving process of how we connect to our loved ones and how they're part of our lives.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Wow, the room is filled. People are trying to call in here. So just be patient. And when someone gets a reading, if you can just kind of listen online, that would be wonderful. It kind of frees up the room. I'm going to do one more. I know the room is filled, but I'm only going to do an hour. But I'm going to come more often to do these now, since now I did my first one and got my feet wet. And like I said, I'm going to pop on in different hours. It's not going to be a set time on the show. I'll probably give an hour's notice like I did tonight, saying I'm coming on for readings like this. And I may come on 2 or 3 times a week too. So I just want to let everybody know. So for whoever didn't get a reading, who's waiting in the waiting room, I will be back. I promise. I'm going to be doing. Kristen's been pushing me to do this. So maybe this is her way of saying, Joseph, you can do this on your own. So it's the last one. It's number 5 I picked up on a thing. And Billy Joe, Young Brit. How about that? I'm going to bring you on to the room here, onto the stream. You need to put your volume down there. Yeah. So.
My sister's going to adjust it for me.
Yeah. You have an echo because it's too loud.
Oh, here, this one too.
And if you have headphones, it's even better. And for those of you who are interested in private sessions with me, my office is in Boca, and home parties. I've been doing home parties back again. I see Dorothy in the waiting room, also with her husband. Well, Roger, there he is. There's Roger. They have had me in the town of Okeechobee a few times, and I kind of miss Okeechobee, Dorothy. So. But anybody who wants to have a home party with me, anywhere from Vero Beach to Miami, or even Fort Pierce to Miami, we can do that. I think I lost her. She hung up. Okay, let's see if she pops on again. There she is. I'm going to bring her back on.
Sorry, it's my first time.
That's okay. I was wondering where you were at. I was just killing time. And if anybody wants to do a phone reading or Zoom reading with me, all my information is there too. Okay, is this the first time on the show, Billy Joe?
Yes, yeah.
All right, welcome. How did you hear about me?
My sisters and my niece have all done it, and they were telling me about it. And I was thinking about it tonight because we were watching like haunted houses stuff. I said, so hey,
Yeah.
let's go try it. It's Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
yeah, here I am.
All right. Well, welcome. And where are you coming from?
Florida.
Florida.
Auburndale,
All
Florida.
right. What part of Florida?
Auburndale.
Arbondale. Where's Arbondale?
In between, it's Central Florida. Yeah.
Central Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how can I help you today?
Well, I want to connect with a loved one, obviously. A sister.
Okay. I want you to focus on her. Invite her in the room. Anyone suffer from cancer, by the way, Billy Joe?
Yes.
Okay.
I knew it was.
Was it breast cancer or anything like that with her? Or anything, or her lungs? Was this your sister? Did she have cancer?
No.
All right. Who suffered with cancer then? I
My
have to see
dad.
this. All right. So he
And
passed
my
away?
grandmother. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I got to bring Dad through first.
Okay.
I have my lungs, though, hurting for some reason. Anything to do with your dad's lungs or anything as
He
well?
kind of had it all over, so I mean, it's a possibility. It kind of went through his whole body by the end.
Okay. All right. So this is how he's coming through. God, was he a fix-it type of person too? Always putzing around and doing things, and this is how he's just showing me his garage.
Yes.
And how neighbors, how he had his tools in order.
Oh my God, yes, that's my dad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
and he used to help if the neighbors needed help with anything. He know exactly what tool. He has the tool, and he didn't look at his tools, but he would go there and fix it for them.
Yes, he would. He was a great guy. My dad was a wonderful guy. Yeah. Yes, he was.
He needed to come through first. He needed to say hello.
Well, I'm glad he did. Hey, Dad, I miss him very much. I do.
With your sister, was it unexpected with her death, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. I just had very quick and unexpected, didn't have a chance to say goodbye to anyone. I'm seeing squirrels run around. I don't know why the squirrels are running. Anything to do with squirrels?
Not that I can remember.
Nickname squirrel or something with squirrels. I just saw these squirrels just run in front of me. All right. Is there a garden or a place in memory of hers that may have birds and squirrels running around, butterflies and things like that?
We used to go to the park a lot. We take our kids to the park a lot. That's all I could think of. Me and her.
Okay, so she might be taking me to this place, this park, where the squirrels run wild and stuff and showing me. It could be a special memory that she had. Main thing she wants to say is that, wow, they didn't see it coming. Her death, she said she didn't see it coming. And it just came out of the blue. Was it an accident, by the way? I don't know if it was a vehicle accident but she said it was an accident. What type of accident was it?
She OD'd.
Okay. And she's saying it was an accident and she didn't know, she didn't see it coming. She thought she was going to be okay. She wants you to focus. She wants you to focus on the good times that you had with her in life. It's very important. She says, I see a heart now. A heart can be in the month of February, or it could be a special meaning. You ever find a rock with the shape of a heart or anything like that? Anything to do with painted rocks, anything with painting rocks or names on the rock. You know, sometimes you have rocks that says good luck or something like that. On there.
My sister does things, but I do know I collect feathers for my dad. So
okay. Anybody does arts? Does anybody do arts and crafts, painting little signs on rocks and stuff like that?
I don't know if she paints rocks, but I have a sister that does arts and crafts.
Okay, so maybe we're talking about the other sister. Was she close to the other sister?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe she just needed to mention the other sister for some reason.
Yeah, she's right in the room with me, so maybe she was saying hi to her.
Okay, so if she squeeze in, go cheek to cheek, so I can see you too. I think she just wants to mention you. Hi. Are you an arts and craft person? Did you ever do anything with her name on it or anything like that?
The ashes with her name.
Yes, I did. I made
Okay.
I put her ashes in little,
like little, or they're
little
not
jars.
urns, yeah.
Kinda, little jars, and I
Little
painted them all
jars.
separate colors and stuff.
That's what I'm
So we
talking
all
about.
have some of her ashes.
There was some, I thought they were rocks, but there was something that was painted with names on them and stuff
Yeah.
like that,
Yes.
and everything. And she's saying that somebody was arts and craft person who did that. So she
Mhm.
wants to honor you for making those. That were very creative on the painting with her names and everything on there. And everybody has a little piece of her. So,
Yeah.
and she says that's a beautiful thing. And she
Yeah.
says she loves you both. She says she's sorry for being so stupid. She said,
She would say that.
she always suffered with this, and she's sorry for lying, telling her that she got the help that she needed and that things were going to be okay, and don't worry about me. And she says she just got carried away, and that's what happened.
Can she answer a question?
We could see. What is your question?
My question is, I think it was, I think you already answered it. Did she know she was dying? But was she, I always wanted to know, I'm a nurse, so I wanted to know, was she trying to get to me? Because she felt funny, or?
The answer was yes right away, that she felt like something was wrong. She knew she had a problem with it, but then she was just too effed up. She said those are the words she wanted me to use to figure out how to get a hold of you. So she just kind of, it's almost like passing out. And when she passed out, it just killed her. I don't know if she choked on her own vomit or choked, but I feel like
there was stuff there. I did CPR on her, so yeah.
So there was stuff there, and I felt like the oxygen things was the way her oxygen, and she couldn't breathe. And it was something was wrong, and that's how she
didn't
passed.
really suffer, right? She was
she just it was just like it's passed out, and that's how she passed.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
what I want to know.
Message me on Facebook, and I want to send you both my ebook, Speaking of Heaven.
That would be wonderful. That would be great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on. Okay. You're welcome. Okay, for those of you who are in the waiting room, even listening, for those of you who are listening online too, I have a book called Speaking of Heaven. Our loved ones are only a breath away. Here, I'll show you the book here. I will send you a free ebook on this book that I wrote as a special gift from me. Just go to my Facebook Messenger and send me your email address, and I'll have my assistants do that for you tomorrow. Send those books out to you. And those of you who are in the waiting room, I'm sorry I didn't get to you. I just want to go for like about an hour time each time, but I promise I'm going to do these shows more often. I'm going to try to come on maybe twice a week to do this. And also, Kristen and I are doing the show every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., a night of love, healing, and laughter, which the show was supposed to go on tonight. But we'll be here next week, and you'll see me again. So I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. And like I said, message me with your email address, and you'll get a copy of my book, Speaking to Heaven. And happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.